The House will come to order. The invocation today will be given by Pastor Mike Smith from Life Song Church in Snover, guest of Rep. Alexander. Will members, staff, guests in the gallery, please rise.
Thank you for allowing me the honor to open this session of the House of Representatives in prayer. Will you please bow your head with me? Just as our founding fathers did in the Declaration of Independence, we acknowledge God as creator, as the giver of our rights, as supreme judge, and divine providence. Our Declaration states governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. We, the people of God Most High, we, the governed, give our consent to just powers, powers that honor God, powers that honor God's word, powers that embrace righteousness, powers that speak with integrity, and most of all, powers wrapped in unconditional love. We are 14 days before Christmas, and one of the most popular scriptures at Christmas is Isaiah 9, 6 through 7. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace, and of the increase of his government and peace there'll be no end. The Prince of Peace tells us why he came to this world. John 18:37. Pilate said to him, "Are you then a king?" Jesus answered, "You say rightly that I am a king. For this cause I was born. For this cause I came into the world, that I might bear witness to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth hears my voice." Lord, we are of the truth. We hear your voice in our hearts. We proclaim this legislative body will honor God. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And in Jesus' name, everybody said, amen.
Thank you. The clerk will now open the board for the purpose of taking attendance. The board is now open. Members, you may check in at your desk.
I can have members' attention for purpose of introduction. The chair recognizes Representative Schuette.
There we go. Hey, thank you, Mr. Clerk. Members, today I want to salute and say thank you to Parker Turk. She has been my intern this semester. She is a student at Michigan State University, did a fantastic job working to assist the constituents of the Great Lakes Bay region and mid-Michigan with a host of issues, working on legislative research projects. Parker did an outstanding job in service to the House of Representatives. Please join me in thanking her for all her work.
Parker, would you please rise, and thank you for your service to the Michigan House of Representatives and the state of Michigan.
For the purpose of a staff farewell and tribute presentation, the speaker recognizes Representative Cavitt.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to recognize Zachary Van Fleet, staffer in our office who served our 106th district, and I'd like to thank him for his outstanding service. Zach is a proud Sheboygan native, and I've known his family for years. That hometown connection showed in the way he approached his work. He brought a strong work ethic, a positive attitude, and a genuine commitment to the people we serve. Whether he was helping research, constituent outreach, or daily operations of the office, Zach handled every task with professionalism and enthusiasm. And while he occasionally cut it a little close to arrival at times, he always showed up ready to work, which is truly what mattered. Zach's eagerness to learn and willingness to step in wherever was needed made him a valued part of our team and strengthened our service to the 106th House District. In special tribute, we extend our service thanks to Zach for his dedication and commitment to public service. We wish him continued success in the years ahead. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Colleagues, please join me in thanking Zach for his service to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative DeBoer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would just like to ask that you help me welcome a couple of lifelong friends and constituents from back home that are in the West Gallery, Josh and Eric Achatz.
Will the special guest of Representative DeBoer please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an introduction, the speaker recognizes Representative Schuette.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today in the West Gallery, I have 26 Woodcrest Wolverines and 14 adults from Midland's Woodcrest Elementary. Please, thank you for joining me in the Capitol.
Will the special guest of Representative Schuette please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of an intern farewell, the speaker recognizes Representative Prestin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to take this moment to extend a heartfelt thank you to our wonderful intern, Alex Hubbs, for his outstanding service to our team. As some of you may know, Alex is concluding his internship in my office because he is graduating Michigan State University this Saturday. It has been an absolute pleasure working with Alex, and I know my staff shares this same sentiment. Alex's calm demeanor, respectful approach to assisting those who call or write in for help have been greatly appreciated. Alex's dedication and hard work have not gone unnoticed, and he certainly has a bright future ahead of him. Alex, we wish you the very best and hope to see more of you in the House of Representatives in the future. And I have a tribute for him.
Colleagues, please join me in thanking Alex for his service to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Majority Caucus Chair Borton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Attention, Republican members. We have Republican caucus in the Republican caucus room. Republican members, we have Republican caucus in the Republican caucus room.
If I could have members' attention for purpose of introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Schuette.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. You know, Wolverines typically do not travel in packs, but today we have 27 students, 17 adults in the West Gallery from Midland's Woodcrest Elementary School. Thank you for making the trip to our capital today.
Would Representative Schuette's special guest please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Got members' attention. For purpose of introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Today I have with me at my desk a young lady named Vivian Pesto from Midland, Michigan.
Vivian, would you please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. If I could have the members' attention for purposes of introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Conlin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I would like to introduce my brother Jay Conlin, who's visiting today from the great state of Florida and will be sitting with me on the House floor today.
Would Representative Conlin's special guest please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives.
For the purposes of an announcement, the chair recognizes Representative Byrnes.
The mic on? Okay, there we go. Thank you so much. I rise today to acknowledge Intifada El Marisi, who has served as a legislative intern in my office since July. A graduate of Wayne State, Intifada brought with her a great set of skills, including writing and communication, and her kindness and professionalism have been noted by the people who have been fortunate enough to interact with her. She's written dozens of responses, assisted with social media, completed tributes, casework, and knocked nearly 1,000 legislative doors. Intifada is a wonderful person, and I know that wherever life takes her next, she will be successful, and I just want to extend my deep appreciation and gratitude for her service to the people of Dearborn and Dearborn Heights, and she's joining us in the East Gallery today.
Intifada, will you please rise? Thank you for your service to the House of Representatives.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begole.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to excuse Majority Floor Leader Posthumous and Representative Jamie Green.
So ordered. Speaker recognizes Minority Floor Leader Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to excuse Representatives T. Carter, Edwards, Longjohn, O'Neill, Price, Whitsett, and Wooden, please.
So ordered. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce today's attendance.
Madam Speaker, a quorum of the House is present. There are no members absent with prior excuse.
Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise and join me now in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begole.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to order third reading of bills and take up calendar item number 17, House Bill 4881.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 17, House Bill 4881, introduced by Representative Neyer, a bill to amend the food law. People of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are not. Speaker recognizes Representative Neyer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to speak the entire package?
So ordered.
Thank you. This is just getting rid of a law that's long since been outdated and hasn't been used for a number of years. Originally, it was for the protection of the producers and the farmers that handle potatoes, but this program has long since been outmoded either by dollars or by federal programs. We just part of the red tape packages where we'd like to get rid of this and get it off our books, so that way we can focus our attention on other things. I'd ask for everybody's support on this to simplify our government. Thank you.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. clerk will close the board. Representative Begol votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4881, there are 98 aye votes and 3 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begol.
I move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. As a reminder, members, on third reading of bills, please remain in the chamber. Thank you. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begol.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, I move that the House take up calendar item number 18, House Bill 4882.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 18, House Bill 48882, introduced by Representative Neyer, a bill to repeal an act provide for the licensing of wholesale potato dealers. People, State of Michigan, enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. Members, the board is still open. You may vote at your desks. The clerk will close the board. Representative Begol votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4882, there are 97 aye votes and 4 nay votes.
The majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begol.
I move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begol.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, I move that the House take up calendar item number 19, House Bill 4915.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 19, House Bill 4915, introduced by Representative Maddock, a bill to amend the Public Health Code. People of the State of Michigan, enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are not. Speaker recognizes Representative Rogers.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to speak in opposition to House Bill 4915, which would remove the requirement for implicit bias training for all licensed healthcare professionals for relicensure in the state of Michigan. Disparities for various individual groups have been well documented in many scholarly and peer-reviewed journals. Historic biases based on individual characteristics like race, disability, sexual orientation, and even weight have led to poor health outcomes. The requirement is for 1 hour of implicit bias training for each year that a healthcare provider holds the license. Let me repeat that. 1 hour. 1 hour to learn about the decades of historic and systemic racism and oppression and other isms of different groups. 1 hour to learn about the internal biases we all have a tendency to develop through our experiences and preferences, which can become unlearned. I know about this intimately because I have taken these classes for my relicensure. Specifically in this state, it is a fact that babies of color die at a rate of roughly 3 times the rate of their white counterparts. In my district, we had studies account for socioeconomic status, college education, and all kinds of other factors, and it ultimately came down to race. Systemic racism is why babies of color are dying. As a healthcare professional, I strongly support educating our workforce in the emerging information that is learned about disparities with each passing year. Doing so will save lives, protect patients, and help reverse the trend that has gone on too long of health disparities and people suffering. I urge you to vote no on House Bill 4915. I urge you to vote no on House Bill 4915. Thank you.
Speaker recognizes Representative Grant.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I rise today in strong opposition of House Bill 4915. This bill would eliminate implicit bias training for all healthcare professionals in Michigan, training that strengthens providers, protects patients, and saves lives. I want us to be very clear about what this body is doing if we vote this bill forward. We are choosing to remove one of the only tools we have to confront the unequal and sometimes deadly disparities that exist in our healthcare system. The argument behind this bill ignores data, and it is inherently biased in itself. Implicit bias is well documented, and it is a part of human cognition. It is backed by decades of data, experience, and research. We know that bias intensifies in fast-moving environments like hospitals and clinics, where providers must make rapid decisions under pressure. These unconscious assumptions shape diagnosis, communication, and treatment with consequences that can be devastating. This is not hypothetical. In Michigan, Black women are 2 to 3 times more likely to die from the care or the lack thereof they receive during pregnancy. Also, patients with disabilities, LGBTQ+ patients, older adults, and mental health patients all experience disparities that are documented when bias goes unaddressed. Implicit bias training equips providers. It teaches clinicians how to serve patients better across differences in age, ability, ethnicity, gender, and health history. It improves trust, communication, and outcomes. To eliminate this training is to weaken Michigan's healthcare system for everyone. We already know Michigan's healthcare outcomes lag behind national averages, not just for one group, but for all groups. We already know communities across this state live with inequities in access, treatment, and health. So let me be clear. This is not cutting red tape. This is cutting safeguards. This is removing essential education from the people we trust with our lives. Every healthcare professional I have spoken to, every agency, every stakeholder, every patient and community member has said the same thing. Do not take away a tool that helps us deliver better care. Do not ignore a reality of what happens every day in exam rooms, emergency rooms, doctors' offices, and hospitals across this state. House Bill 4915 does real harm. It threatens real people, people who live in each and every one of our districts, and we will all be accountable for its consequences. Cutting paperwork and providing better systems is what red tape reduction looks like. Cutting life-saving training is cutting competence. I urge a no vote.
Speaker recognizes Representative Thompson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise to speak in strong support for House Bill 4915. As a nurse who has had to take implicit bias training, if you've ever taken the training, it's quite a joke. I'm also a nurse that was working during 2020 when an announcement came out from the state of Michigan that patients were dying because I was racist. Do you know what a slam on nurses that was? I practiced my entire career not looking at the color of someone's skin, not looking at who their sexual partner was, not looking at how old they were, not looking at their cultural background, but caring for them as a human being. I know so many nurses who are so offended by being told that people are dying because healthcare workers and nurses are racist. I know in my training as a nurse, in obtaining my nursing license, I had education as part of my curriculum on caring for people from different cultural backgrounds. I knew the difference in lab results based on an African American and a white person. I know that I sat and I held people's hands when they were sick. I spoke to their family. I stayed after work for hours upon hours to make sure that a social worker met with them, that the doctor was informed on their condition. I didn't look at them and say, based on the color of their skin, I don't think that they feel pain. How could any human being do that? Your pain score is your pain score. We are taught that as nurses. It doesn't even matter if I go up to a patient and I say, how are you feeling today, Mr. Jones? How's your pain? And he says, I'm a 10. And I look at him and I think, he don't look like he's a 10. I'm not going to document, well, he says he's a 10, but he doesn't look like he's a 10. He's not showing facial grimace. He's not guarding his body. He's not showing any other symptoms. So I'm just going to assume that because he's a different color, he's lying to me.
Representative, please address your comments to the speaker. Thank you. Speaker recognizes Representative Thompson.
That in itself is racist. I support this. I stand with the nurses that dedicate hours after work to care for patients, not based on their color, not based on their cultural background, but because they're human beings and because we went to school to be nurses and to be healthcare workers, to understand the dynamics of the physiology, of the way the body works, the systems, discovering diseases, preventing diseases, medication education, wound care, on and on and on. I do understand that there is a reason why more African American women are dying in childbirth and more babies are dying. I want to get to the root of that problem. But I am not going to stand here and say that it's because we are racist and we don't want to provide care to black people. That is absolutely wrong and that is a lie. And anyone in this room that knows me knows that I would never be that person, and it's a shame to say that any healthcare worker would. I urge a yes vote on this bill.
Speaker recognizes Representative Maddock.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. You know, when I first heard about this, my first impression was, gosh, maybe this isn't such a bad thing. It affects such a small number of people in our state, but the truth is that's not true at all. There are over 26 licensed professions that this affects. It also affects, if you add everything up, over 400,000 individuals in the state of Michigan have to have this training every single year. And if you add up the time, and everyone knows how valuable a doctor's time is, for example, every second of their day is scheduled. To eliminate this would mean we could increase care and access to doctors by about 1.3 million more patient visits a year. And that helps solve a problem too. None of these people in the healthcare industry are racist. They love people more than anyone else. Everyone knows that. And maybe right now you're thinking about, you know, how did this pass? Because I don't remember voting on this. The truth is it was stuck in under a COVID mandate. And this has nothing to do with COVID. Everyone knows that. So there's many good reasons to support this. None at least is which is the content of these programs is divisive, Marxist mental poison. It is the mindset that says one race is forever guilty to another and the other should always feel shame and humiliation as a result. It's a kind of perverted psychology and manipulation that destroys our society and ruins friendships and relationships. We need to destroy America's industry of guilt. Thank you.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board. Representative Begol votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4915, there are 56 aye votes and 45 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begol.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begol.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, I move that the House take up calendar item number 20, House Bill 4836.
Without objection, so order, the clerk will read.
Calendar number 20, House Bill 4836, introduced by Representative Paquette, a bill to amend the State School Aid Act of 1979. People of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board. Representative Bagol votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4836, there are 101 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Bagol.
I move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. For the purpose of introduction, the Speaker recognizes Representative DeBoer.
Thank you so much. We are thrilled today to have Holland West School in the West Gallery that have come here from beautiful Holland, Michigan today. They are a great group of 37 students and 14 adults. Welcome to the Capitol.
Will the special guest of Representative DeBoer please rise and welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of a staff farewell, the Speaker recognizes Representative Frisbie.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our intern, his last day today, young Mr. Lucas Ford, an MSU student. Pains me to say this, but go green. He's heading into law enforcement, so we appreciate his effort and dedication and work ethic to help meet the needs of our constituents over the last several months. Thank you, Lucas.
Colleagues, please join me in thanking Lucas for his service to the Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Bagol.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, I move that the House take up calendar item number 21, Senate Bill 349.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
Calendar item number 21, Senate Bill 349, a bill to amend the revised school code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. Members, the board will be closing shortly. Please vote at your desk. The clerk will close the board. Representative Bagol votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of Senate Bill 349, there are 101 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Bagol.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move the House proceed the orders of motions and resolutions. I move.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Bagol.
I move the House proceed the order of motions and resolutions and take up House Resolution 225.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
House Resolution number 225, introduced by Representative Byrnes. A resolution to declare December 13th, 2025 as National Wreaths Across America Day in the state of Michigan.
Speaker recognizes Representative Byrnes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today in support of my resolution to recognize December 13th as National Wreaths Across America Day in Michigan. Wreaths Across America is a nonprofit organization carrying out a mission to remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. Nationally, more than 2 million wreaths are laid on the graves of service members each year, paying respect to those who are no longer with us. Veterans have given so much to Michigan, and this resolution is an opportunity for this chamber to recognize and honor their sacrifice. This year, Wreaths Across America is partnering with over 140 community and veterans organizations to lay more than 60,000 wreaths across Michigan in remembrance of our fallen heroes. The theme of this year's ceremonies is Keep Moving Forward, and it is incumbent upon all of us in this body to do just that, to keep Michigan moving toward a better, more peaceful, and more just future, one that is worthy of our veterans' sacrifices. Madam Speaker, we know how much our veterans have given on behalf of our country, and this resolution affirms our commitment to always remembering those who have served a grateful nation with honor and courage. This resolution is a show of appreciation to our veterans and our Gold Star families for all they have given us. It also expresses our gratitude to Wreaths Across America for their noble work honoring veterans in all of our communities. I encourage my colleagues to support this resolution as a commitment to honoring our veterans and their families this holiday season and every day throughout the year. Thank you.
The question before the House is the adoption of House Resolution 225. All those in favor of the resolution will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begol.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing on the order of motions and resolutions, I move the House take up House Resolution 226.
Without objection, so ordered, the clerk will read.
House Resolution number 226, introduced by Representative Rogers, a resolution to urge the United States Department of Education to reject the recommended definition of professional degree and instead adopt a more accurate and consistent definition.
The resolution is referred to the Committee on Government Operations. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Begol.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just to let the members know, but there be no further voting today, and when the House adjourns today, the House will stand adjourned until Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m.
The House will stand at ease at the call of the chair.
The House come to order. Proceed to announce this by the clerk, printing enrollment.
Clerk announced the following bills were reproduced and made available electronically on Wednesday, December 10th. House Bills 5337 through 5354. Clerk announced the following bills in joint resolution be reproduced and made available electronically on Thursday, December 11th. Senate Bill 731 through 737, Senate Joint Resolution G.
Reports of standing committees.
The Committee on Government Operations, Representative Gould, Chair, reported House Bill 5234 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and then further recommended that the bill and substitute be referred to the Committee on Rules.
Will be referred to the Committee on Rules.
The Committee on Economic Competitiveness, Representative Hoadley, Chair, reported House Bill 4492 without amendment. The recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Economic Competitiveness, Representative Hoadley, Chair, reported House Bill 4510. The recommendation that the substitute H2 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Economic Competitiveness, Representative Hoadley, Chair, reported House Bill 4511 without amendment and with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported House Bill 4911 with recommendation that the substitute H2 be adopted. Further recommended the bill and substitute be referred to the Committee on Rules.
Will be referred to the Committee on Rules.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported House Bill 5059. The recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported Senate Bill 23. The recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported Senate Bill 25 without amendment and with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported Senate Bill 96 with recommendation that the substitute H2 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported Senate Bill 97 without amendment with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported Senate Bill 98 without amendment and with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported Senate Bill 512 without amendment with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Regulatory Reform, Representative Aragona, Chair, reported Senate Bill 513 without amendment with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Agriculture, Representative Neyer, Chair, reported Senate Bill 93 without amendment with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Agriculture, Representative Neyer, Chair, reported Senate Bill 685 without amendment and with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Agriculture, Representative Neyer, Chair, reported Senate Bill 686 without amendment with recommendation the bill passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Agriculture, Representative Neyer, Chair, reported Senate Bill 687 without amendment with recommendation the bill passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Agriculture, Representative Neyer, Chair, reported Senate Bill 688 without amendment and with recommendation the bill passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Agriculture, Representative Neyer, Chair, reported Senate Bill 689 without amendment with recommendation the bill passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Agriculture, Representative Neyer, Chair, reported Senate Bill 690 without amendment with recommendation the bill passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Agriculture, Representative Neyer, Chair, reported Senate Bill 699 without amendment and with recommendation the bill passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette, Chair, reported House Bill 4346 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette, Chair, reported House Bill 4347 with recommendation that the substitute H4 be adopted and the bill then passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette, Chair, reported House Bill 4809 with recommendation that the substitute H4 be adopted and the bill then passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette, Chair, reported House Bill 4892 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then passed.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette, Chair, reported House Bill 4919 without amendment and with recommendation the bill pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette, Chair, reported House Bill 4927 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills.
The Committee on Rules, Representative Schuette, Chair, reported House Bill 4933 with recommendation that the substitute H1 be adopted and the bill then pass.
Will be referred to the order second reading of bills. Notices.
The House Committee on Appropriations scheduled for Thursday, December 11th at 3 p.m. has been canceled. The House Oversight Subcommittee on Public Health and Food Security will be Tuesday, December 16th at 12 noon, room 326 of the House Office Building.
Introduction of bills.
Representative Young offers House Bill 5355, an act to prohibit landlords from requiring certain disclosures from certain applicants for rental units. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered a first time by its title, referred to committee on regulatory reform.
Representative Schuette offers House Bill 5356, a bill to amend the Michigan Vehicle Code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered a first time by its title, referred to the committee on regulatory reform.
Representative Glanville offers House Bill 4357, a bill to establish standards and practices relating to certain online services. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered a first time by its title, referred to committee on regulatory reform.
Representative Prestin offers House Bill 5358, a bill to amend the revised school code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered a first time by its title, referred to committee on education and workforce.
Representative Byrnes offers House Bill 5359, a bill to amend the Income Tax Act of 1967. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered a first time by its title, referred to committee on transportation and infrastructure.
Representative Aragona offers House Bill 5360, a bill to amend the Michigan Penal Code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered a first time by its title, referred to committee on judiciary.
Representative Aragona offers House Bill 5361, a bill to amend the Michigan Penal Code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered a first time by its title, referred to committee on judiciary.
Representative Wilson offers House Bill 5362, a bill to make, supplement, adjust, and consolidate appropriations for various state departments and agencies, the judicial branch, and the legislative branch for the fiscal year ending September 30, 2025. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered a first time by its title, referred to committee on appropriations. There being no further business to come before the House, Representative Fitzgerald moves that the House do now adjourn. Hearing no objection, the House will stand adjourned until Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m.